All right. Part two. I had to conclude because I just felt like I left y'all hanging on that last on part one. But I want to conclude by saying this. There was a man at the pool of Bethesda. And let me tell you, church, let me tell you, man and woman of God, this is so critical. This is so critical because it speaks volumes of where we are today. And that is when God would send the angel of the Lord to stir the pool. In other words, send your help, your rescue came. And isn't it something to see God doing a work and you can't get in it? And the reason why you can't get in is because you have this lame excuse. You know what the excuse is? I have no man. I have no man. Oh my gosh. I am so tired of hearing that. The excuse of I need somebody else to position me. God help us. God help us. You have got to get resolution that in order for your life to come up, in order for you to be healed, to be whole, to be delivered, and to be set free, you have got to get out of your way thinking that you need somebody else to do something for you. Now, I get it. We need help from time to time, but this has become so prominent in the land. You know, they got affirmative action. They got quotas. Everybody, you need some kind of help, and the women are out there. They getting welfare. I forget what they call it now, but it's welfare. It's a handout. And with this handout, they say, well, I'm just going to go have another baby. I'm going to have more babies and more babies. And I'm going to keep on doing. Why? Because the government is helping me in a bad way. And it is precipitating the sickness that you have in your life. And because of that, you keep saying, well, I can't do this because I got all these babies. Or I can't do this because of A or B or C. So I can't go back to school. I can't make things better for my life. I can't. I can't be healed because I can't push the cookies away on the table. Okay, I can't be healed because I refuse to go out and walk around the block 2 or 3 times. I just refuse to do that. I can't be healed because I just refuse to open up a book and read. It ain't even got to be the Bible. It can just be a book, a good book. I refuse. And I want somebody else to do this for me. I need a man. I need the preacher to come by, and I need the preacher to preach in such a way that he does it all for me. Okay. Just bring Jesus to me and make sure that Jesus takes care of all my affairs. All right. That's what you want. You don't want to go out and work. Here you are 60 years old. You could be 25, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, still staying at home with mama, still staying at home with daddy. And the scripture, Paul clearly says, if you don't work, you don't eat. And you saying you got the wherewithal to do all this, you can do, but mentally you says, I'm waiting on Social Security. I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on that. I don't have a man. You need somebody else to devise a plan for you, to put together a strategy for you. Why? Because you don't feel that you enough to do it. And because you have become complacent, you have become satisfied, and you've become so needy that whenever God come by and you calling for him and you praying for him and you doing all this, but when you do it and when he show up, you still saying, well, I see you over there, but God, but can you come over here and help me walk over where you doing the miracles at? Can you help me do that? Can you get that pencil, God, that pencil over there so I can fill this application out? Can you get that for me, please? Cause I ain't got nobody to go over there and get that for me. Come on, y'all. Come on. Now I know that there is things out there, especially when you look at reparations and all this stuff, that we are entitled. We are entitled. We are entitled. And I don't want to get this to no political thing, but when you look back when slavery first, they started out with 4 million people. And these are rough numbers. Some 4 million people that attributed to some I don't even remember the numbers. It was trillion, 1.9 or some $2 trillion back in the day is what those 4 million slaves produced for America, some $2 trillion. Today, we bring it forth with 40 million black people in America. And you look at what they did, how they made the wealth on their backs back then with 4 million people, which was equivalent to some $2 trillion back then. Today's value of it with 40 million people is somewhere between 17 to 19 trillion, and we can't get none of it. And the value or the wealth that is distributed across 40 million black people in America is less than $2 trillion. In fact, it's somewhere around between 1.2, 1.5 trillion dollars. And that is all of it. That is the wealth of black people. And all the rest, all those other 18 trillion, 16, 17 trillion, that's dispersed amongst, well, the others. But we built the wealth of this country. And so when you look at all that, yeah, there's a distribution, there's an injustice, there's an inequality that is there, and that we need to keep fighting. And we need to do our due diligence to say, listen, yeah, you do owe me. But when they do pay you, what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna go out and buy 40 pairs of Snickers? Are you gonna go out and open up a rim shop so everybody can ride around on 24s and all that? What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna use that to make yourself better? You're gonna do something with your mind? Huh? Because if I give you $1 million, which I think the distribution now, if they was to do some type of reparations for all blacks, it's something like $1 million per person. So, but if they was to give you $1 million per person, what you gonna do with $1 million? I'm not saying that you shouldn't have it. What I'm saying is what you gonna do with it. Okay, we got to do better. So yes, there is a part of it where the system should help us. That's true. But conversely, there's the part where you got to help yourself. And that's what Jesus was at. That's what he was saying was when the man says, I have no man. Well, okay, I'm coming. I'm here and I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you as it relates to you not having no man. But I need you to put some skin in it. So I'm going to leave it there. Leave it there. God bless. See you later. Love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.